The purpose of today's video is to update you on the Austin 7 2CV clutch conversion. It appears that the 2CV, the Citroen 2CV, the original 2CV, had a diaphragm clutch. Later models had a diaphragm clutch, and that diaphragm clutch will fit the Austin 7 with a bit of modification. There are three parts to the modification. One is the flywheel, which needs to be turned down to a certain set of dimensions. The friction plate, which needs to be modified, obviously, and the adapter plate has to be made for the Austin 7 gearbox. I'll cover the latter two in this little video. In the background here, you see this is a 3D model, and it represents the outer part represents the 2CV friction plate. Then there's a spacer, and then there's the original Austin 7 first motion shaft drive pinion. Now there are several mods have to be done here quite carefully. The first motion shaft pinion, these holes in it have to be welded closed and not just covered, but properly welded. The circumference of the pinion first motion shaft drive, the diameter of it needs to be increased by 2 millimeters because the holes for the 2CV clutch friction plate will be too near the circumference for comfort.
Hi Paul, this is the adapted Austin 7 2CV clutch. This bit in the middle had to be increased in diameter and drilled the same as the 2CV clutch plate, and there's a spacer in the middle which also had to be drilled with precision, and put the whole thing together, bolted the whole thing together to check its balance before we rivet it, and I'll let you look at that. I'm absolutely delighted with that balance, nothing wrong with that at all.
The second part of this video covers the adapter required between the Austin 7 gearbox and the diaphragm springs on the clutch. And here we see I hope you can see in blue, is that adapter. And then inside that is the standard Austin 7 release bearing, and the green bit there is the mounting on the Austin 7 gearbox. If I take the wire frame, if I do a wire frame version of it, you can see the internals of it. Requires a reasonably complex turning in aluminium. It requires a steel spacer, a hollow steel spacer, and there in black is the original Austin 7 release bearing. I hope this helps. Bye just now.
Here's the adapter straight off the lathe, and it fits on here like so, and is a perfect fit. Could not be happier. I've still got here are all the parts you require to convert Austin 7 into a 2CV spring diaphragm clutch. Here's the flywheel. This is the flywheel of an Austin 7. It's being very much turned down for lightness to remove some of the weight from it. And this area here is flat and required to be flat because that's where the 2CV clutch. The 2CV clutch plate, friction plate, is made up of the original 2CV clutch plate, a spacer, and a modified first motion shaft pinion. And you also need this additional piece of aluminium here, which is required to align the clutch. Here is the 2CV spring diaphragm. Here's the original 2CV boss, as compared to the Austin 7 Boss. They're reasonably similar in the bottom part. This is the original Austin 7 release bearing. This is the spring assembly, and this is the adapter plate you need to convert from Austin 7 to spring diaphragm. I've quickly put the whole thing together. It's not bolted together yet, but here's the adapter plate that goes on the gearbox, and here is the diaphragm clutch.